Kilimanjaro Native Cooperative Union KNCU has started to supply and distribute sugar in Rombo district under government index price of 1,900 shillings per kilo. Here are the details.
It follows an agreement with TPC Moshi Factory to alleviate acute shortage of sugar facing Rombo, where unscrupulous traders sold the commodity at a price of 4,000 shillings per kilo. KNCU Board Chairman Maynard Swai says the union was distributing the sugar through primary cooperative societies in the region, and that under agreement with TPC, more sugar will be supplied compared to the past. He said under the arrangement, TPC will provide 50 bags of sugar per day, which will be distributed to all districts in the region, whereas Rombo district will get 800 bags per week, and each 50-kilo bag will be sold at 82,000 shillings.
9 people with military arms believed to be rebels from the Democratic Republic of Congo have entered into Tanzania after being injured in clashes with the Congolese army. Here is the report.
The people with gunshot wounds entered Tanzania through Mtanga village and were later taken to Kigoma by Tanzania People's Defense Forces, who confiscated their weapons, which included guns and bullets. Kigoma Regional Police Commander Fraser Kashai said they are holding the men who explained that they came from North Kivu province and that they had fled following clashes with the Congolese army.
The inland's port sector has not been fully exploited despite the opportunities that arise from expansions of port services in the country. This was said in Dar es Salaam by the chairman of the Container Freight Stations and Inland Container Depots Association, Ashraf Khan, when talking about measures needed to develop the sector.
With the growth that we have in the region, there is scope for another 50% growth. Whatever we are doing today in the next 5 years, we can exceed 50% and still there is room, because Zambia is looking at us, Congo is looking at us, Rwanda, Burundi, you know. We actually have scope to run into southern Sudan through the port of Dar es Salaam. So we have not done anything for Uganda yet. So the ICDs are there, and the scope for the future is you just can't define it.
Researchers, instead of relying on hard copies which are prone to get lost and minimize interaction. The call was made by United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization Project Officer Al Amin Yusuf at the launch of a digital libraries initiative across Africa.
This is an event co-sponsored by IFL and by UNESCO to bring together people from 15 African countries to learn more about FOSS tools, to learn about implementing different FOSS technologies in libraries, that's free and open source technologies, and also to learn about advocacy for those tools and how to convince library directors and managers of the value of using free and open source tools. So we've brought together from each country one library director and one technician so that they can discuss together those issues and work out strategies for advocating for free and open source technologies.
Kitonga villagers in Mkuranga district coast region have been challenged to work hard to avoid conditional aid as was threatened recently by the British Prime Minister David Cameron. The statement was made by Mkuranga District Commissioner Clemens Henry when receiving a water project which cost 62 million shillings funded by a Canadian non-governmental organization Heart to Heart Africa.
I encourage people of good heart to come and do what Christina has done, and I also encourage our people to do volunteer work, because we were successful in the 70s. We did a lot of things by volunteering, by working for our own development.
Heart to Heart Africa initiated a nutritional breakfast program for the kindergarten. In the year 2008, another classroom was added. A container was shipped from Canada with supplies for the school, which included books for students and teachers.
That is the end of national news. African news follows after the break.